Hello, I'm Grim Grindle and I'll be your bear this evening. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the quality of this picture. My Xbox and my capture card do not really get along very well, so it's actually recorded as looking like this, and we have to fix it in post-production as best we can. So unfortunately, the grainy picture quality is the best that we can do until we can find and afford a better capture card. So I do apologise for that. Ever since 2008, God, has it really been that long? People have been asking me to make Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts tutorials, and now that I've finally made a YouTube channel, I figure I should finally abide by those requests. However, I don't want to do it as a simple block-by-block building process, as they're sort of boring to make. So instead my videos are going to tell and show you how my vehicles work, so you can implement my knowledge into your own kick-ass vehicles. And then at the end of the video, I will show you my vehicle layer by layer, so you can just simply replicate it yourself, because I am a big old softie. So if you're only here to replicate my Millennium Falcon, click on the screen right now and it will skip you to the part of the video which shows you exactly how to build my Millennium Falcon. If, however, you want to know why my Millennium Falcon has a working hyperdrive generator, stick around and this video will teach you how to build a hyperdrive generator in Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Now firstly, the hyperdrive, or whatever you choose to call it, is in fact a glitch. It is, however, a relatively stable glitch. It has never caused the game or the Xbox to crash, it's not against the rules to use this glitch, and if you do it right, it'll work every time the same way. So, while it is a glitch, it is a stable glitch. That said, it is an unstable glitch in the sense of how well it works in your vehicle. I can guarantee that this glitch will make your vehicle go very, very, very fast for a period of time, after which the hyperdrive will likely blow out the back of your vehicle, send you into an uncontrollable spiral, or rip your vehicle apart. Although you're not paying money for these vehicles, and you can just hold a button to bring it back the way it used to be, so it doesn't really matter that much, does it? It's just a bit of fun. All of that said and out of the way, let's have a look at what a hyperdrive generator looks like. This right here is what a hyperdrive generator is in its most simple form. You can make it bigger, more complicated, but this is the inner workings of it at its most basic. As far as I understand it, the reason this glitch works is because it tricks your vehicle into thinking your wheels are going downhill very, very fast. Because of this, despite the fact that your wheels are not actually touching the ground, it accelerates your vehicle to the top speed in the game, and as far as I can tell, even past that top speed. This works regardless of whether you're on ground, in the sea, or in the air. This glitch works best when you have a sort of cage holding in the hyperdrive's components, although I'm showing it here without any such cage, so you can clearly see the inner workings of it. As you can see, you need to have two tow bars with a blank block space between them. The first of these tow bars has to be connected to the part of your vehicle which is connected to your driver's seat. This is extremely important, because otherwise the glitch will simply not work, and nothing will happen of interest. And then a block forward from this tow bar, you must have your wheels. These wheels have to face away from the direction you want to go. That is to say, have them pointed towards the back of your vehicle to go forwards. Once again, of extreme importance, these wheels, just as the first tow bar was, must be attached to the part of your vehicle that is connected to your driver's seat. You'll understand why in a second. Between these wheels, you must have the second tow bar, which is spaced, as you remember, one block away from the first tow bar, with both the tow bars pointing at each other as if they're intended to connect, despite the fact that there is the blank spot between them. And then connected to this secondary tow bar, you must have a row of blocks that are touching the bottom of these wheels, but not connected to any part of the vehicle, aside from, of course, the second tow bar. The reason the specifics of that setup is so important is because it's the fundamental way the glitch works. Because the row of blocks that are only connected to the second tow bar are not touching any part of the vehicle, the game registers them as not being part of the vehicle. This is necessary because then if parts of your vehicle are broken off during the game, they become obstacles that you can drive over and run into. However, in this glitch, we take advantage of it through use of the two tow bars. The first tow bar connected to your vehicle continuously drags the second tow bar not connected to your vehicle towards it, as if it's some sort of magnet. However, as you and I both know, we have sneakily put wheels between the two objects, so they can never actually touch. So, instead, what we continuously get is the row of blocks being continuously dragged towards the row of wheels. As that row of blocks is registered as not part of your vehicle, but the row of wheels are registered as part of your vehicle, the game assumes that you're trying to drive over a row of blocks which pushes your vehicle forwards, or upwards as it would be. But because they're facing backwards, this tricks the game into pushing your vehicle forwards. And of course, thanks to the tow bars, the blocks continue to follow your wheels as they're pushed forwards, continuously tricking it to continue going forwards. Continuously. Isn't that brilliant? Now at this point you're probably saying, now that's all well and good, but I don't want my vehicle to just bolt ahead as soon as it spawns. Well, that's when the detacher comes in. By simply connecting that row of blocks that are not connected to any other part of your vehicle to your vehicle with a detacher, you can choose when to enable the hyperdrive. Until you click the detacher button, which will cease registering those parts as part of your vehicle, and start allowing the tow bars to drag them together, your vehicle will just simply handle as a regular vehicle. And then once more, if you want to disable the hyperdrive mid-use, just hold down the tow bar button, forcing the two tow bars to stop dragging themselves together, and click the right bumper so your vehicle will pull itself back together, once again attaching the detached detacher. And there you have it, nuts and bolts engineers. That's how to build a hyperdrive generator in its most simple form, and why it works to my best understanding. Go out, experiment, put more wheels on, use more tow bars, put on cages and use it in more complex ways. Here's a couple of vehicles I built using the hyperdrive in various forms. And finally, as promised, here's the step-by-step process in order to build my Millennium Falcon. I won't bother talking over this, because if you follow the steps properly, it'll work just as well as mine, including its hyperdrive blowing out after about 30 seconds of use. But damn is it fun. Feel free to modify it as much as you can, and if you choose to make a video using it, please at least mention me, because otherwise people won't find my channel, and then I won't get views, and I'll be sad. With that said and done, thanks for watching. I have been, and still am, Grim Grindle.